bookshelves are done. Hey guys, welcome back. It's that time again. It is Book of the Month drop day for April. They made us wait until April 1st. That's fine. So there are 7 to go through, so quite a hefty month. So let's just dive on in. My favorite time of the month. I love seeing what they've chosen for their picks. So starting right out, we have Darling Girls by Sally Hepworth. So last year I did read The Soulmate by Sally Hepworth. That was the thriller from last year, and I think it was actually an early release as well, but I liked it. So when a body turns up under their former foster home, 3 sisters must confront their past to keep their names clear. For as long as they can remember, Jessica, Nora, and Alicia have been told how lucky they are. As young girls, they were rescued from a family tragedies and raised by a loving foster mother, Miss Fairchild. On an idyllic farming estate, given an elusive second chance at a happy family life. But their childhood wasn't the fairy tale everyone thinks it was. Mrs. Fairchild had rules. Miss Fairchild could be unpredictable. Miss Fairchild was never, ever to be crossed. In a moment of desperation, the 3 broke away from Miss Fairchild and thought they were free. Even though they never saw her again, she was always somewhere in the shadows of their minds. When a body is discovered under the home they grew up in, the foster sisters find themselves thrust into the spotlight as key witnesses. Dun dun dun! Or are they prime suspects? All right, content warning. This book contains scenes that depict child abuse. Saw that coming from the description. They made that very clear. So I already know that I'm not going to pick this because I don't like books that depict child abuse. So I just know this one's already out for me. But it does come out April 23rd. So that's kind of nice. It looks like it's doing pretty well. 4.22 stars so far, but not for me. How to End a Love Story. This is a debut romance. 2 writers with plenty of shared history end up staffed on the same TV show. Can they write themselves a new ending? Movie-ish, salacious. We love that. Writer's life and enemies to lovers. Book contains mentions of suicide. Okay, that's good to know. Helen hasn't seen Grant once in the 13 years since the tragic accident that bound their lives together forever. Now best-selling author, Helen pours everything into her career. She's even scored a coveted spot in the writer's room of the TV adaptation of her popular young adult novels. If she can hide her imposter syndrome and overcome her writer's block, surely the rest of her life will fall into place too. LA is the fresh start she needs. After all, no one knows her here. Dun dun dun! Except for Grant. Grant has done everything in his power to move on from the past, including building a life across the country. While the panic attacks have never quite gone away, he's well liked around town as a screenwriter. He knows he shouldn't have taken the job on Helen's show, but it will open doors to developing his own projects that he just can't pass up. Grant's exactly as Helen remembers him. Hey, Grant. Charming, funny, popular, and lovable in ways that she's never been. And Helen's exactly as Grant remembers too. Brilliant, beautiful, closed off. But working together is messy and electrifying. Helen's parents, who have never forgiven Grant, have no idea he's in the picture at all. When secrets come to light, they must reckon with the fact that theirs was never meant to be any kind of love story, and yet the key to making peace with their past in themselves might just lay in holding on to each other in the present. I actually was originally interested in this book because if you see here on Goodreads, the author of this book is actually the screenwriter for Emily Henry's adaptations for People We Meet on Vacation and the director of Beach Read, which is another one of Emily Henry's books. I am curious to know how this person did writing their own romance novel, since like they had something to do with adapting those 2 books to film. So 384 pages, coming out April 9th. I cannot decide if I want that one or not. To be determined. All right, historical fiction. I don't like historical fiction. I wish I liked historical fiction. I feel like every time I try to read historical fiction, I'm just like, I'm not into it. I wish I liked it more, but you know, it is what it is. The Wives. Debut, movingly exploring friendship, love, and community, this memoir peers into the unique, tight-knit world of army wives. Emotional, 400 plus pages, war and marriage issues. A captivating memoir tells the story of one woman's experience of joining a community of army wives after leaving her New York City job. When her husband joins an elite army unit, Simone is uprooted from New York City and dropped into Columbus, Georgia, a town so foreign she may have well landed on the moon. With her husband deployed frequently, Simone is left in her place in this new world alone until she meets the wives. She gives us an intimate look into the inner lives of a remarkable group of women and a tender, unflinching portrait of a marriage. A love story, an unforgettable coming-of-age tale, embracing tour of the intractable divisions that plague our country today. 4.30, coming out April 9th, and 416 pages. Not historical fiction fan, not a memoir fan. Won't be picking those. Dragonfruit, young adult. Hop aboard, we're embarking on a proper adventure with dragons, pirates, island myths, and epic second chances. Action-packed, magical, underdog in nature. In the old tales, it's written that the egg of a sea dragon, Dragonfruit, holds within it the power to undo a person's greatest sorrow. But as with all things that offer hope when hope had gone, the tale came with a warning. Every wish demands a price. Dun dun dun! Haneli is the cherished daughter of an old island family, but when her father steals a sea dragon egg meant for an ailing princess, she's forced into a life of exile. Thanks, Dad. In the years that follow, Haneli finds solace in studying of majestic sea dragons that roam the sea, until one day an encounter with a female dragon offers her what she desires most, a chance to return home and to right a terrible wrong. Sam is the last remaining prince, but he can never inherit the throne for it's a matriarchal society. With his mother ill and his grandmother nearing the end of her reign, Sam is left with two choices: marry or find a cure for the sickness that's plagued his mother for 10 long years. When a childhood companion returns from exile, she brings with her something that has not been felt in a long time, hope. But they are not the only ones searching for the dragon fruit, and they battle enemies both near and far. There is another danger they cannot escape, that of the dragon fruit itself. Dun dun dun! I feel like all these books have a dun 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 feature to them. I'm pretty into young adult. I feel like I'm kind of growing out of it, but I really like young adult that is like fantasy based. So I'm surprised I haven't heard of this, to be honest. 4.52. It only has 69 ratings so far, and it comes out next week, April 9th. So I'm curious how this is doing. 368 pages. I'm also curious to know, is this a standalone or is this a series? Because I really don't want to start a new series right now. Yes, of course. Abby with her new release just for the summer. 3P author, of course. She was the winner of the Book of the Year for yours truly, which was good, I will say. I was surprised it won Book of the Year, but it was good. But she returns with a rom-com possessing all the fun of a summer fling and the emotional richness of true love. 400 plus pages. Multiple viewpoints, family drama, and female friendships. Justin has a curse, and thanks to a Reddit thread, it's now all over the internet. I actually really like Reddit. Every woman he dates goes on to find their soulmate the second they break up. When a woman slides into his DMs with the same problem, they come up with a plan. They'll date each other, break up, their curses will cancel each other out, and they'll both go on to find the love of their lives. It's a bonkers idea, but it might just work. Emma hadn't planned that her next assignment as a traveling nurse would be in Minnesota, but she and her best friend agree that dating Justin is too good of an opportunity to pass up, especially when they rent an adorable cottage on a private island. Cute. It's supposed to be a quick fling just for the summer, but when Emma's toxic mother shows up and Justin has to assume guardianship of his 3 siblings, they're suddenly navigating a lot more than they expected. Okay, this is clearly not gonna be a lighthearted summer rom-com. It did say emotional, didn't it? Family drama. They had me before all of the family drama. Let's see, 432 pages. That comes out tomorrow on the 2nd. 4.69. I mean, my thing is like, I know I'm gonna get it. I didn't expect the family drama part because like, I didn't know the synopsis. I knew I was going to get it just because I was going to. But I didn't know there was going to be about like family drama in the book. But I'll read it. We'll see. We'll see if it's good. Last but not least, number 7, literary fiction, The Husbands. Not satisfied with your current husband? Just direct him back up to the attic. Send hunt down a nice replacement ASAP. Get up there. You're being bad. Go to the attic. Light read like that. Quirky, LGBTQ plus themes, and salacious. When Lauren returns home to her flat in London one night, she is greeted by at the door by her husband, Michael. There's only one problem. She's not married. She's never seen this man before in her life, but according to her friends, her much improved decor and the photos on her phone, they've been together for years. As Lauren tries to puzzle out how she could be married to someone she can't remember meeting, Michael goes to the attic to change a light bulb and abruptly disappears. In his place, a new man emerges and a new slightly altered life reforms around her. Realizing that her attic is creating an infinite supply of husbands, Laura confronts the question, if swapping lives is as easy as changing a light bulb, how do you know that you've taken the right path? When do you stop trying to do better and actually start living? Oh, that sounds hilarious. Oh, 3.94 is not doing super great. Let's see. 352 pages, coming out April 2nd. I have not heard of this one either. That actually sounds super cute. I'll probably get that one. I like to imagine that she finds a husband that she likes and she's like, you cannot, under any circumstance, go to the attic. I swear. Okay, so we're for sure getting just this one. The just for the summer, and then for sure getting husbands. Still on the edge about Dragonfruit and how to end a love story. I want to look at the add-ons. Oh yes, The Familiar. I probably will get that one. I was wondering if it was going to be book of the month because they've done a bunch of her other stuff. So historical fantasy. If you add this to your box will ship late. Okay, between 4.8 and 4.9. That's okay. 16th century Spain, a girl with a talent for little miracles finds herself dangerously embroiled in a palace intrigue. Yeah, I'll probably add that one. I haven't read Ninth House or Hellbent yet. I own them, but I haven't read them. But, you know, why not throw another book in there by her that I haven't read? Why not? Daughter of Mine, that looks new. Megan Miranda. That's the person that last year wrote, what is it? The Only Survivors. I did not like that one. Short walk through a wild world, magical realism. Plagued by a mysterious condition, a young woman embarks on a globe-trotting journey of self-discovery and adventure. So not gonna lie, I'm pretty happy with the April books this month. There are quite a few where I'm like, okay, I'm definitely getting you, and then I'm questioning a few, so I'm kind of unsure how many I'm going to get into my box and how many I'm just gonna be like, no, you don't need to buy it. You can just get it from the library. But I know for sure I'm going to get the Just for the Summer and the Husbands. The Husbands sounded wild. I'm for sure gonna get those, and then probably The Familiar. And then I might add more. I haven't decided. I will put up a short though of unboxing what I actually get. So you can check that out once I decide what I'm actually gonna get and I actually get my box. But let me know what you're gonna get. Let me know if you're happy with this month's selections or if you think everything looks terrible. Just let me know in the comments below your thoughts and what you're getting. Help me decide what I should get in my box. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and see you next time. Bye.